Hey! Good day, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of This Week on Dead by Daylight. Isn't this exciting?
Yes, it
All
is.
right.
I'm really stressed out. Hello, everyone.
Okay. Hi. So let me do some quick introductions. Hello, first of all. Second, introduce our mods. So we have Brobecue here, Clyde, we have Murph, Peanuts, Sassy, Suggestive, and Faded. Thank you very much for joining us once again. As usual, we have Bjorn here making everything amazing. And we also, I've been told by Clyde that I need to absolutely say hello to our Russian friends today. So specifically hello to our Russian friends. And we had a message from Bjorn15, actually, interestingly enough. No, not you, the different one. Saying, if you ever have a chance to thank the devs face to face, we'd really love to, because this game is just sick. And I got to know my girlfriend from this, so I really want to say thank you to them. Thank you very much, Bjorn15. We acknowledge and receive your thanks and happiness. I guess that's the thing. Okay, other than that, hey you!
Hi!
I'd like to introduce to you our new best friend, Not Queen here, also known as, well, Not Queen, and who's our new, it's written right there, it says community manager, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Also, there's, again, a slight mistake in my name here. Again, that's fine, we'll get to it, don't worry about it. Yeah, tell us a little bit about why you're here.
Okay, well...
You didn't prepare that.
I
it's
didn't
not on the
prepare
list.
for that. You were supposed to introduce me. Okay, so here it is. Mathieu actually offered me to be your community manager. I'm first of all, I'm a player. I have over 1K hours in the game. I'm a small-time streamer. I'm having a lot of fun. I have a background in management and event planning, design. So Mathieu actually asked me, hey, we need someone to be the bridge between the community and our team. Do you want to do this? And I'm going to tell you, you're going to get a lot of salt.
Yeah.
And someone yesterday told me, hey, you should just try to turn the salt into sugar. And I like that. I like that a lot.
I don't think that's a thing, but all right.
I mean, a little alchemy or something might work.
We went to get you because you had a great attitude. Me and Steven, my boss, and a few other people, we watch a lot of streamers, and we liked the way you conduct business. We saw that also as a streamer you had developed some sort of the thick skin necessary to deal with masses of people. And you also are local, which helps quite a lot, because we wanted someone that would be sitting with us in the office, who would know exactly what we deal with every day, who could actually scream at the dev team the exact things that the community needs to get across as a message. And also, yeah, that's it. We thought you might be able to do the job well, and so far it's been pretty much a lot of fun.
For that first date yesterday, by the way.
Yeah. Also, the fact that you're not like a full-time active streamer means that you could actually put that aside somewhat and focus on what you're doing right now, because it was very important for us that this becomes your absolute priority. I mean, it's a job. It's what you're gonna do, and it involves so much. We're still writing up the list of, you know, keep scrolling the list of exactly everything you'll need to do. Yeah, you can look at the
I don't know where I should look. Like, should I look there and it's going to be super awkward, like, hi?
Yeah.
Or I'm looking to you when you're
just
talking.
make sure you remember where your arms are at all times when you're talking, or else it's super weird.
Okay.
All right, so let's get down to brass tacks, as they say. First thing I want to talk about, the timeline of things to come. So, as I mentioned in the last stream, we are heading for a new PTB, and that is going to be on the 4th of April, which is on Tuesday next week. That's correct.
Yes.
So, we have a huge new patch coming. It's 1.5. Usually we put a whole number when it's a little significant. As a lot of you know, we are heading into a new chapter. And in this case, we wanna really migrate everything we've been working on into the live branch. So we do a few fixes and patches throughout time, and then once in a while we do a big significant patch that migrates everything we've been working on. So the patch notes for 1.5 are pretty big. I'll go through some of the stuff, but I wanted to give you an idea of the timeline. So we have a new DLC coming, a new chapter, but we want to make sure that we have a very solid PTB beforehand. So the PTB next week is not going to show you anything from the new chapter. No new killer, no new survivor, no new map. However, all the changes we have, the bug fixes, the new content will be in, and that's what we need your help to test and make sure that it's solid, so that then we can push the 1.5 patch. Once we are satisfied that this is very solid and it's live and everybody's enjoying it, then we can release our DLC. So it gives you a small idea of the timeline of things to come. I'm not gonna give more exact dates because it's a little fluid at this point. If we realize that we put stuff on the PTB and it's all broken, then we're not gonna push it to live. But if we can fix everything within a day or two, then we'll push it, and then after that we can go ahead with the new chapter. So things are coming. I'll go quickly through some of the 1.5 patch notes. Oh yeah, you have this here. And you can ask me questions. So
Sure.
That's one game we're going to try to play today. Essentially, I want you to ask me questions, and if I'm not answering properly the way you think the community would like me to answer, you are absolutely not just allowed, but you are encouraged to grill me, and then we'll actually, you know,
All right.
fix whatever's broken later.
So, patch notes?
Yeah, the big things that are in there. Are you fiddling with things?
What's happening? All
Okay,
right.
it's all good. So the first thing is full controller support for the whole game. This is something we talked about a little bit in the past. The fact that we were working on the console version forced us obviously to look at controller support, and we will have full controller support in 1.5. It also means that we reworked the UI from start to finish. Most of the screens have been completely rehauled. The flow of the game will be slightly different. Essentially, you know, 8-9 months after we launched the game, it was a good moment for us to look at how people use the menus, how people experience the game, what we can do better, what we can change. So we have the menu UI version 2 that are going to be coming in. We also add localization for Korean. So Korean is going to be in the game starting with the patch on 1.5. And then we are adding a new info status effect display in the HUD, which should probably require a lot more explanation than just that. But essentially, we're getting to a point now in the game where we have so many states that you can be in because of all the perks and add-ons and powers and whatnots. And so what we did was a bit of a design rework where we could sort of bunch together a few of the things so that we have status effects that are a little more general, and some perks we'll share. When we get into the balance, I'll talk about it a little bit. Good example, actually I'll get to it now. Adrenaline, balance landing, and sprint burst, they all share a cooldown for the activation of the speed boost itself, and it's going to be called exhausted. So there's an effect that's going to be called exhausted, and while that exhausted state is on, you will not be able to use adrenaline, balance landing, or sprint burst. These are examples of how we have used that.
We have someone asking about traps under hooks.
Yes, that's the next one here. It says, remove the ability for killers to place bear traps under hooks.
There we are.
Boom!
It is. And there's other changes to the traps too.
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting for
bear
killers
trap
too.
sabotage time is going from 8 seconds to 16 seconds because sabotaging the trapper's trap power is way too easy right now. So the time it takes to sabotage will be twice. And then the bear trap disarm time is going to go from 5 to 2.5. So the time to disarm the trap is going to be much faster. Finding a trap should be the challenge, not disarming it.
What about the hag traps though?
I don't know. What about the hag traps?
There's nothing about that. right
So
now.
there are changes on the, well, Stefan might be updating it as we speak, so I have the document open in front of me. There might be more change. Oh, there you go. It's actually, Trapper and the Hag Trap place times have been reduced by 2 seconds overall. There's an initial trap placement time which took 2 seconds, then the trap would be set for 2-3 seconds, followed by an animation which would take another 2 seconds. We've reduced the out and the in to 1 second each, which should help trappers and hags place their traps more dynamically in chases and perhaps allow killer to mind game by fake placing a trap. So there.
All right.
Adjusted rarities for perks and probabilities in the blood web.
So basically, people are saying, hey, I want Iron Will, and it's not coming up, ever.
There's
there we
something
go.
like that. Fix on the occlusion levels of multiple objects, which was way overdue. The crows are gonna circle survivors much closer. Yeah, Noed is actually changing. It's now called Hex Noed. So that's
There we
going to be
go.
a big thing. Also, I think it's really ridiculously clever the way it was done. So you take the Noed perk and nobody knows you have it. And at the end of the game, well, when Noed triggers, if there is a
lights
dull totem somewhere, it'll become the Noed totem.
All right.
So there's actually an incentive for survivors to clean all the totem before that could trigger, because if there's no totems left, then they're going to be...
So I have like a message here.
Yep.
Nerf Iron Grasp, but I think it goes well with the hooks.
Sabotaged hooks will now automatically repair after 180 seconds, which is 3 minutes. The feature has been implemented to help combat the sabotage loop that result in slugging. You all know what I'm talking about. So yes, that's actually gonna be done. Oh, interesting. Remove so the Chinese firecrackers will not spawn in chests or in the blood web anymore, starting with 0.5.
Pile them up
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, if you still have them in your inventory, they're not gonna disappear, but you will not be able to get new ones after this patch.
I call them party starters.
There you go. Save the best for last is gonna be changed. I'm not gonna go into should I go into details?
No, not for this one. I don't think so.
Okay, so Lightborn, Shadowborn also. What else?
No more party starters. Oh no. Any
Um,
fixes to pallet looping? Are we talking about?
No, we're not talking about that. We have a few mechanics that we're looking at right now. Same with the weakened state with the broken bone thing that we've put in. There's a
Because
there's,
they said maybe we could talk about.
okay then.
I'm putting you on a spot. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So killers, listen. This is for you, and it's to advise the pallet looping problem. Right now they are working on a fix or on a new mechanic.
Yeah, it's not a fix. It's a new
not a
mechanic.
fix. It's a new mechanic. We are not sure it's going to be.
Get the lingo right.
Yeah. We are not sure it's going to be ready for the PTB. So this is why we were not sure we wanted to talk about today, but I'm here for that. And I'm pressuring them a little bit. So it's going to be a mechanic called Rage. And it's going to be triggered...
Working title.
Well, working title. And it's going to be triggered over time during a chase. And the longer you chase as a killer, the faster you go. So killers, listen. It might not be in the PTB, but this is an incoming mechanic coming to the game. We're going to try it. We're going to try it out. We're going to test it. We're going to make sure everything is going well with this. Yeah. And we wanted to talk to you about it today because we feel like killer needed a little love. And this is yeah.
That's what's happening.
That's what's happening.
So you're doing the newscast.
There's questions about any fix for Survive with Friends. Can we talk about that like real quick?
Yeah, so there was a patch, I believe, last Friday, which we said we would never patch on Fridays again, and we did. But this was critical that we get that in. So the patch was actually to change the way the Survive with Friends leader, because there's only one person in the Survive with Friends groups that looks for lobbies, and so the way it works, I'm not the right guy to explain how our networking matchmaking works, but essentially the killer's lobby would then become more and more open as time goes on. Right now, we opened it up on the survivors side too, so when the survivors are looking for a lobby, after time passes, the range of ranks that they will allow to be matched with will grow and grow until anybody is up. So you may have noticed in this week an increase in the time, well, a decrease in the time it takes to find a lobby. The downside of that is you may be matched with people that are different in ranks from you. But we think that you'd rather start a game with someone that's stronger or weaker than waiting for the perfect match.
Yes.
It's the same with dating.
Then there's a 2-page list of bug fixes. I'm not sure we're going to go through
No, we're not
all
going to
of
go
them.
through all of them, but there's some main things.
This is very big issue.
Yeah, so fixed an issue causing players to be stuck on a pulsating logo screen when joining a private lobby. Yeah, that's. I fixed an issue causing survivors to animate backwards, so the moonwalking thing has been fixed. There's a long line of fixes. You'll see the patch notes when they come out on Tuesday. Okay, I have some questions here. What does it say? Marshmallow Mathers. Oh, Marshmallow. No, it's Marshall Matters.
Okay.
Yes, like Eminem.
Like Eminem.
Are there internships available for your company, or is it still developing? We do take a lot of interns in the company. Talented ones only need apply. But we do take interns, and we do pay our interns when we hire them. And many of them actually end up being full-time employees afterwards if they do a good job. So you can contact the recruitment department. You can go to the website, to the behavior website, the official website, and you go through that. We frequently do that and visit schools, actually, and whatnot.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was distracted
Just laughing.
by baguette references.
Baguette?
Baguette.
Okay. Yeah. Any news about the PS4 version yet? Yeah, so as we said in the past, the console version is coming, and that means PS4 and Xbox One, and they are coming this summer. I cannot be more precise than that, but this summer. Yeah.
All right. Question easy to answer. DLC will be free or paid? Do you need to pay, or is it going to be
For what?
free for the DLC?
Yeah, I can't say that. Marketing will not allow me to say these kinds of things.
All right. I saw one earlier. Can you show us something from the DLC that upcoming?
If what?
If we can show something from the DLC.
Well, we're supposed to go through the question, and that was
sorry.
one of them that would trigger something. I had everything worked out.
I'm getting used to this. I'm
Seriously.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's go. Is that it? We had the PTB. Nah, we're down to Q&A now. Let's take some questions from the master list, which has been provided by Murph again. Thank you very much. So for those of you who are new to this circus, we have a list here that comes from the Steam forums. So over the last few days, we put a post. There's on Steam forums, and then there's a billion posts and a lot of stuff, and then some of our mods go through this and weed out the duplicate questions and weed out the stupid comments, and then we have a list of questions, and then we go through that. And at the same time, in my little Discord window here, I have my mods looking at the chat and extracting the interesting questions that we get, so we can answer both live questions and pre-recorded questions. So today, to continue with our little game, we're going to have my friend here tell me what I should talk about and let me know if I've answered it properly.
Quebec CZ asking, are you considering to rework or buff a lot of unused survivor and killer perks? Let's say Déjà Vu.
Right now on my list, that is not Déjà Vu, but I have Shave the Best for Last, which is being reworked in the current patch notes 1.5. Devour Hope is also being reworked. Thrill of the Hunt is being reworked. All those perks were probably not the most used ones, so they are all being reworked. Not all of them, not all of the bottom of the barrel will be reworked, but many of them will be.
All right. That was okay. Do you want something?
No.
No. Freak Show. asking, fix for killer field of view coming?
No, so that is not a field of view thing. It's a camera position, but I know exactly what you're talking about. And there has been no progress on this right now. It's just not made the top list of our things to fix, but we are aware of the issue.
All right. Well, all this is answered
Yeah, that's
by
already been answered.
one.
So
Okay.
ability to trap under hooks, fix the blood web rarity.
Haircom asking, are you perhaps considering hosting an event where DBD players have a chance to play with and or against the dev of the game? This is for me. Second day on the job, and I'm already trying to officialize DBD tournaments. So we're gonna be having a set of rules that's gonna be really strict, and then we're gonna have assets that we are giving the organizers, and then we're gonna give them rewards, of course. So those are gonna be like DBD approved tournaments, and this right there is a really good idea.
Yep.
I don't know when and where it's gonna happen, because second day on the job, right? Soon TM,
Okay.
right? Right.
I have a question here. It keeps coming back, so I will answer it. It says,
Sure.
you've done a lot of stuff for the Twitch streamers. Will you consider also giving something to YouTubers? It's the question that I said. So we do have something that we want to do for YouTubers. Right now, we're waiting on an approval from YouTube. So
There we go.
there's that.
Gianfranco Istercoforti. What about adding other ways for Survivor to escape chases, such as door, vents, etc.?
Yeah, later. That's what it says. It says later, which means right now it is on the big board. It's in many months. Right, that's it. Many months, not soon, but yes, it's something we absolutely want to do. Will the Chinese firecrackers still be available in Kill Your Friends after 1.5? That is a very good question, which I do not have the answer to. Please, someone from the team that's listening, pop something on link to tell me the answer to that.
All right. Cold Trial is asking, are you planning or working on a new Macmillan Estate map?
Yes.
And when can we expect the new killer cosmetic?
So we do have new killer cosmetics. I wanted to show some images of that today, but I've been told not to because we're not ready. We're not sure which ones, and if we show it to you, you're gonna see, oh, why are we never getting this? So when we have something, I will show it. But yes, we are working on new killer cosmetics right now, and yes, there is a new map for the Macmillan Estate. It's not finished yet. It's a little bit like in the sense that it's close to what we did with the new gas station map, which was really cool.
Ding.
So we're doing something like that. Exactly.
All right. There's two questions here that I think I can answer. Cheshire, will you ever make de-pipping for lower rank to be a bannable offense? And then the other question, what is your view on Survivor that work with the killer to doom their teammate and ensure their own escape? It's becoming more and more popular and even seems to be backed by a fair amount of forum goers. So these kind of offense, in our opinion, would be a temporary ban, which is not really something we can do right now. We can do permanent ban or no ban. So what's happening right now is that the team is working on the back end to make this possible, to make the temporary ban possible. And when that's going to be in place, yes, those will be, of course,
temporary ban. And then we'll have an actual policy that we will display publicly so people know what to expect. And we say, like, let's say the first offense is a 24-hour ban, the next one is a week, and then a month, and whatever else we decide to do.
But for now, we don't have the means to do it.
And it's those are probably things that are not great ways to play the game, and they do infringe on other players' enjoyment, but we don't want to ban everybody that does that permanently, because that'd be a little harsh. So, yeah. What about merch? Yeah, what about merch? I saw some really cool stuff today. It takes forever to make things. I don't understand. So yeah, we want merch.
Okay, so here I have someone who says you must fix Survive with Friends before releasing new content. Here is how I see it, the community, right?
Please tell me how you see it.
Okay, so we want new content, we want the bug fix. And if we're fixing the bugs, we want new content is getting bigger. And then if we're getting new content, we want the bug fix. So they're working in, I would say, in silo. They're working.
No, now you have
both.
to say we are working.
We
because
are.
you're part of the team now. That's it. That's
Sorry,
how it works.
We are working the two things at a time. So of course, there's a lot of other reasons why it's taking a lot more time because of the Steam process and everything that's behind it. I'm not an expert on that yet.
But you'll become an expert.
So this is what we're doing. So yes, they are working on Survive with Friend. We are working on Survive with Friend. And there's already been some little patches to try to help the process.
Actually, the one on Friday should help quite a lot.
Exactly. And they're still working on it. So it's a priority. It is. There you go.
Okay. Any more questions?
Yes. There's a lot of them.
Cool.
This one. Hi, devs. What do you think about the average game duration? Do you think it's fine, or do you think gen progression is too fast?
So the game duration right now is probably a little too short to our taste. We think the games should last a little longer than that. But it's not the gen necessarily the gen progression that is too fast. There's many factors that go in, and there's many ways in which we can help the game last longer. We don't want to force the game to last longer, but we want to give stuff so that the chases will be more exciting. All the elements that make up a game, all the different sections will be stretched a little bit, and you can enjoy yourself a little more.
I have a personal question for you.
Sure.
What about scratch marks? I know they've been problematic for many people.
Yes.
Killer mains. It's very problematic.
Yes, there is a really big issue with the scratch marks right now, and it didn't make it in the list for 1.5.
Okay, so it's a known issue.
We know about it.
Okay.
But that's it. We have a limited bandwidth of things to fix, and that didn't make it.
Okay, so that's my job to actually push.
Prioritizing the bugs is also a critical job that hopefully you can help a little bit with.
Yay.
Okay, I have a question here. Do you guys plan on doing something with your 1-year anniversary for the game? Yes, it'd be fun, wouldn't it? I'd like to do that. 1-year anniversary. It's exciting. Yeah, we'll do something. As you can tell by my response right now, we do not have a solid plan on this. As usual,
looking at me like...
we tend to make shit up as we go along. That's not true. We are planning quite a few things, but this one is not made it. We tend to forget about our own shit. It's like we don't have like dev exclusive cosmetics in the game. Like if you play against a behavior employee, you'll never know because they'll have behavior in their name, like 27,000 other people who just put behavior in their names on Steam.
Yeah. There's a lot of questions about double blood point weekend.
Yes.
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 Soon
there are a lot of questions about the double blood point weekends. And there are no double blood point weekends that have been scheduled in the next 2 days. That's it.
All right. I have a good answer for that.
I like that you're not really grilling me on anything, so that's been comfortable so far.
I don't know. I'm just trying to, you know.
You're supposed to crank up the pressure here.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. That's fine. Take your time. Hurry up in your own time.
Thank you for the great game. Will you allow Trapper to place 2 traps closer to each other than it's possible now?
Yeah, okay. So if he's talking specifically about unset traps.
Yes.
So if you have a trap in your hand, you want to place a trap, and you're like, oh, I have to pick this one before, but then I have to place this one before I pick up this one. It's an annoying case, but it's such a small annoyance in a rare occurrence that we're probably not going to address this anytime soon, unless it's part of a bigger bug that we're fixing or a bigger rework of a mechanic.
There's someone here talking about the chase music that covered the footstep sound and some other sounds.
Yes, that has always been part of the design. It's the
Okay.
same way that the generator sounds drown out some of the heartbeats, like the beginning of the proximity. So it's part of it. If you're in the chase, it's harder to focus on what's happening.
Okay, so that nothing had changed since the last patch and since it.
Well, since the engine update, some of the mixing had to be redone, so it might be
Okay.
slightly different than it was. But none of it was flagged as a bug on our side, at least.
Okay.
We're happy with the way it is right now. If there's a specific issue, that's different. But not to my knowledge right now. Yeah.
All right. Next, do you have a?
Well, I have a
are we-
Left 4 Dead black shirts when.
Ooh.
So the Left 4 Dead black shirts that you've seen. So the red shirt is awarded to people if they own Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2. The black version of that is in the game right now, but it's not unlocked to anybody. It will be as soon as we can hook up that specific hook in the game, I guess. The idea is to have it be awarded if you are part of the Steam community. So you just have to join the community on Steam to get the...
Someone is asking for rewards for rank 1.
Yeah, that's...
We are reworking the rank system, so
the
right
whole
now,
leagues are going to be very, very
yeah.
different.
So right now, it's not gonna happen.
It's not going to happen until we get the league system done properly.
Exactly.
What else we got?
Rate
that
bug
the end?
lunge. I think there's a lot of them that we answered with 1.5.
Yeah. Yeah, so any plans to create a DBD hardcore league with new ranking system in the future, playing without perks, add-ons? Damn right. So right now we've
Damn
done
right.
some tests. Well,
Damn
not
right.
tests, but you can experience that kind of thing in tournaments right now.
Yeah.
But we will integrate that into the rank system so that if you are, let's say, a brand new player, you will be playing in the wood rank or whatever the hell that's called, where you're playing
Wood
only
rank.
with noobs and you cannot D-rank, but as soon as you get out of this, you cannot go back in either, unless unless for matchmaking purposes. But yes, the top ranks will play with different rules.
The Xenoborg. Can there be an ultra rare hook offering that basically turns all or some of the hooks on the map unbreakable, like the basement hooks?
Yeah, that's really, really cool, actually. It's funny because I took this pile of questions and I turned to Dave and I said, okay, Dave, lightning round. And I just asked all of those questions super fast to get an answer. And he said, oh, that'd be super cool. And we moved on to the next thing. So yeah, it's a really cool idea. Thank you very much. And these kinds of ideas, they might end up making it at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, also when I turned around like this and did the lightning round, that's when I broke his mug. And then I ran outside and went to the store and got him an exact same mug and I placed him on his desk. So that's fixed now.
All right. Do you have other
Sorry,
question
Sassy.
maybe on the
I
Discord?
have. Mart88 is saying, when is the lunge bug gonna be addressed? His stutter step makes it the shortest by far. The lunge bug
For rate,
for
I
the
think
rate?
that would be rate. I think there was a bug.
There's a mention of it
issue
maybe in
somewhere.
the fixed bugs.
You can answer other questions.
Well, I
Let me
don't have
search
any
for that.
ones.
Oh, okay. Well, I can. Are you going to fix the issues after the engine update? Muffled sounds, bugged scratch marks.
So the muffled sounds is the first one on the list. I think adjusted the audio occlusion level of multiple effects. So some objects, occlusion, for those of you who don't know, is when there's an object in between two things, the effect of that object can be felt. So you get that for occlusion, ambient occlusion, which is for visuals, so that you get nice little shadows between objects. And then there's also for audio, you have occlusion. So when even if you're 1 meter away from someone, if there's a wall between, then we dim the sound. And so there were issues with the dimming of the sound between different objects. So that's fixed in the 1.5.
Is there something that's going to be done about totems? Because they're too easy to find for some people. Too easy to find. The lit one are really, really easy to find. Are you going to try to make it, I don't know,
I've
Or-
seen another mention of that somewhere, so definitely it's
it's
something we're
been-
gonna
it's been
mention.
coming,
But
yeah.
it wasn't. No, I'm just. It's annoying. I'll take it aside. There we go. But no, I don't think that it's in the works right now. The totems were always supposed to be findable. We could make them harder. I don't know. Well, it's a design question at this point that I don't have the answer to.
Okay.
Can you reduce the number of perks by combining things like Sloppy Butcher, Bloodhound, Deerstalker, Predator, Lightweight, Quick, and Quiet? That's a valid question. Like you see, we got to a point where we reworked a lot of the status effects to merge them together. It might be something that we realize at some point that some of the perks are very close together and they're not maybe as interesting. It's like anything where we keep growing and growing and growing. The same way that, for instance, the killer add-ons for the very first killer were sort of moderate changes to their powers, mostly change in value tweaks, and then some of the other killers, let's say the hag, for instance, it's a critical change in gameplay depending on which add-on you use on her. So this is something that that actually happens throughout the normal development cycle at some point. Yeah. So maybe some of the perks that we have right now are more interesting, more efficient, done in a better way, and we might rework some of the older ones to merge them together to make them into something better.
Here's a question about, are you going to fix terrain in some place like near generators in which player gets stuck?
Yeah, so these tend to not make it into the bug fix list like this. But whenever we get bugs in the geometry, in collision, in clipping, and things like that, yeah, they make it into this. That's what the environment artists are currently doing. Well, they're doing that for the new map, obviously, but they're also fixing bugs on the existing maps. Right. Will you ever raise the level cap or make level 50 blood webs smaller, easier to get perks from? As you add more perks, it takes a long time to get them all after level 50. That's a very interesting point. If you're maxed out in everything and then new perks come out, it might be take a long time to do that. And then you have the shrine, but it might not be there. So yeah, it's a good question. That's a question for Dave. But yeah, absolutely, it's a good idea.
All right, I'm trying to.
No, that's
How
fine.
many devs are out there working on bugs and new DLC? I think that's a good question because...
Well, you were part of the daily stand-up, so you saw the different teams pop in.
Yeah, well, I didn't count everyone. So, just to make something really clear here, there's a team for console version that's different from the PC release. Well,
the game that's live right now.
The game that's live. So, of course, getting the console version is not taking off people for the PC version. There's about, 8, 10 people?
I'm not going to correct you.
That are actually fixing bugs, like working, coding, and this is, you guys got to realize, a small team. And the reason why I'm here right now is actually to listen to the complaints and everything that's coming up and try to relay the information to the team. So this is why I'm sitting here.
Cool.
So I'm gonna try to relay.
So you got about 10 people working on fixing bugs. And what's your take on the creating new content?
Well, it's the same people, right? Well, the artists and everything. There's a bunch of people working on creating new content, but still the programmers have to code it in the game.
No, but you saw the programmers working on the bug fixing, and you saw the programmers working on the new content, and those were two different teams.
But they were working at the same time.
Yeah, they're working together.
Everything's going at the same time. I'm still learning the ropes, guys.
Please be nice. You'll be able to give more info as things go along.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
I just crashed right there.
Let's go because this is rolling by quite fast. So I want to take a moment to talk about the top props because that's my favorite bit of the. Oh, did I do this for the?
Thank you, Vicky. I saw that.
Oh, I put the last 30 days. Huh. Give me a sec. I might want to change it.
fix swamp map. It's too small.
Swamp map's too small. Ha! Okay, I'm actually gonna send you another version because I want to do the last 7 days. It makes more sense. And it's similar people, but strangely, do people actually get together and prop each other? I don't know. Do you give props to people when you play?
Yeah, I try to when I
try to
when I remember it.
It's not
and
hard.
when I had fun.
Yeah.
Any self-care change? Not that I'm aware of.
There you go. I think I overwrit it properly.
Thank you, Lou.
Overwrote it? Overwrote it.
All right.
So you can pop it up. This is the bit where we show the total.
Where is it?
The top.
All right.
Much bigger. There you go. So these are the props for this the last 7 days. So at the top we have the props for the survivors. Is that it?
No.
No, that's the killers at the top, and the survivors are at the bottom. So the killer Chantel is at the top with the most props given. 59 props given this last 7 days. You can see the rest of the names. You should be. Yeah, you praise them, and if you see them, tell them thank you for being great players. And at the bottom, we have the top killers, the top survivor props, and the top is Wucha with 21 survivor props. So there you go. That is exciting. I like props. I didn't really. Should we do the top perks? Is that any interest to people? Like the most.
I think they're basically the same week after week, but
Some things change a little bit, but really it doesn't. The top 5 for survivors right now is Sprint Burst, Self-Care, Saboteur, Lightweight, and Plunderer's Instinct. And for killers, it's Iron Grasp, Brutal Strength, Unrelenting, Deerstalker, and Save the Best for last.
And I've seen a really big comeback of Insidious. So that was interesting gameplay last night for me personally when I was playing the game. I've seen a big comeback of Insidious.
Because Insidious right now is.
Oh, it's really small.
But still.
But it was it lead to many scares.
It's 1.97% of people using it. So that's it. Okay, next thing we have the section I like to call From the Web, which should have a reverb effect on my voice when I say that.
And I want to add that From the Web, starting this week, is going to be 5 different images.
I like
He's
that
like,
bit, but
come on, you're so boring.
maybe I'm the only one who likes
I told
that bit,
him
which
it
is
should
fine.
be shorter. So we have 5 images from the web. 4 amazing and 1 questionable one.
Okay.
So
yeah, go ahead. You're gonna give props so that you mislabel them. So that's Blood Rain, Dead by Rainbow. I hope it's Blood Rain.
I mean, I took the names that were up there, and yeah.
Yeah, you can move it now. I think it's enough. Okay, this is just mind-blowing. This is DS. That's as far as we know the name of that person. It is madness. This is so amazing. Contact us. We need to do something. We need to do a photo shoot. We need to do something. Seriously, it's amazing.
Yes, it is.
Please contact
crazy.
us. Then we have this by Alakamame. Those are killers. Yeah, that's it. That's all we have to say about that. Okay, this is just too cool. It's not fair because this is done by Nancy, which is one of our programmers here.
Well, I think it's fair because it's amazing.
It's brilliant. Those are on her desk here, and they're awesome. They're awesome. Please make more, Nancy.
So I like this one a lot because it was like representing the perks and everything. So this is why I chose this one. Look at look at that Jake.
Yeah.
Look at that Jake just
Like
dropping the mic.
He's dropping the trap. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, yeah, that went fast. All right, I do have a thing here. Oh yeah, we skipped something interesting. It's fine. We'll get back to it.
Oh yeah.
We have. So some people may have seen that silhouette that was present on some of the Chinese forums a little while ago, and then one of the comments on it said, "Please fill this silhouette with your best guess of our next killer," because it's actually the silhouette of the next killer, and we have some very interesting thoughts on what could be in that silhouette. You can put it up. Yeah, there you go. I'm not gonna give too much information on any of those. You can make your own ideas, and I'm actually not gonna tell you if any of these are even close to the actual next.
So what I've been saying since yesterday, I
Yes.
cannot deny or confirm this information. This what is what?
I do not have a neck.
Okay.
So that's the potential reveal of our next killer. It might also be all crap.
So, what about fixing bugs? With every update, there's a huge amount of bugs. Well, which
That's why we're doing a PTB on Tuesday to make sure that what comes out is better than what was.
yes.
That also means that you out there can help make this better. We need people to go and play the PTB. So if nobody goes and plays, then we're not going to be able to test this. And then when we push it to live and you go, oh, this is all garbage, you could have helped. So please help. Okay, I have a question here. When will you release the exclusive DLC, the Weird Chuckles, etc. charity pack? Okay, so those are two different things. The charity pack we are working on right now, it's stuck in legal limbo, which should unlock hopefully any minute now. But that's for all the exclusive skins that were done for the streamers and YouTubers and all these things, the orange schmuck and the H2O Delirious mask and all of these things. And hopefully we're going to be able to come out with a pack that people can buy, and most of the profits will go to charity and everything. That's going to be awesome. Shorter around the web, really? Rubbish. Sassy, I'm with you. Okay. DS is from Russia. Ah, well, there you go. That's why I said hello. Our Russian fans are amazingly enthusiastic. The guy with the car, that was crazy. And he also has a very large cat, which I approve of. But yes.
How
Russian...
to play on PTB? Sorry.
No, it's a very good
interrupted you,
question.
but
So
very
there
good
is a
question.
post that probably is still on the Steam forums. And when we trigger the PTB next week, we will again put a post there. So essentially, you have to enter, when you right click on the game in the Steam thing, you can go into properties and go into betas, and you enter a code and it unlocks a new branch, and then you can select, there's a drop down menu, and you go into the PTB branch, and then you launch the game, and then you will be in a different branch, and you'll only be able to play with people who are in the PTB, and you'll be playing a game that's slightly different than the
What's the incentive of playing on the PTB?
You are helping make this game better. Also, you get a sneak peek at all the new shit that we've put in the game.
There we go.
Okay, thoughts, opinions on potential experts that provide negative effects to Survivor after cleansed. Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, I like it. I'll go tell Dave.
I think we had something for the DLC.
Yeah, we were supposed to ask, hey, can you tell us anything about the map? And then there's a
Oh
note.
yeah, okay, sorry, I'm asking the question.
Yeah, you're
What
like,
about new map? I don't know where it's at.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so it says, hey, can you tell us anything about the new map? And then I go, oh, maybe. And then I actually show this video.
Smeg is careful.
Smeg?
This Meg is careful.
Yeah.
Very careful.
What's a new place?
Oh my god.
Is that it? Is that it? There was so much more when I saw it this morning. kept being chopped by our marketing people. But yeah, so you saw some more. What?
Bonnie, since you are a small team, don't let people tell you that you're screwing up or anything. I've been trying to tell my buddies you are doing as much and as fast as you can.
Thank you, Bonnie. That's very nice. And yes, we are doing everything we can here. But to be fair, you know, a lot of people go, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry for the toxic things." It's really not that bad. And even you were expecting an influx of horrible garbage thrown your way, and it's been super positive and supportive.
Yes, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've been, you know, reading the forums, reading on Reddit, and I was like, when they're gonna announce me, oh my God, this is gonna be hard. And honestly, I'm really, really happy that you guys seem to be positive of me coming in. I'm gonna try to be your voice at Behavior Studios. So please, fill up my inbox. Do it.
So, but yeah, I mean, there's always one or two jerks writing horrible things. Don't do that. Seriously, you're not impressing anyone.
I'm a person.
Yes, we're all people, and then we have feelings, and then they get crushed, and then we're sad, and nobody wants that. I want to be happy. But yeah, so don't do that. Just be nice. It helps. What else we got? Silhouettes. We talked about that.
Yep.
Web stuff. We talked about that.
And you were asking me to grill you on everything?
Yeah,
Give me 1 week, next dev stream. Give me 1 week, and when I'm, you know, more comfortable in my position, you'll see.
So right now I'm just sort of marinating.
Yep.
For next week's grilling.
Yes.
I will be delicious, I promise.
All right. Is there anything else? Are we supposed to just...
No, we're not supposed to stop now. We're supposed to talk about interesting things. Well, there's
like
repeat
answering
things
other
and
questions.
then saying goodbye. Well, we do have...
Nurse changes, question mark.
Nurse changes?
I know a lot of people wanted to know about auto aim. Maybe I didn't see anything on this patch for auto aim.
No.
I think maybe scratch marks should be on top of it, for example. This is my point of view only, right?
Yeah.
Can we get a peek on the new killer perk? No.
New killer perk? Are you kidding?
You cannot. Any more love for killer? Were you there? The rest of the stream?
No, they weren't. Of course they weren't. They were probably listening to someone else in the background. I'm looking into the long list of bug fixes. It's a long list. You can freeze frame that image, I guess, and then not be able to read it because it's way too small.
The bug item. When are we fixing the bug item? This is officially not a priority, but
which bug item?
Sometimes they appear like weird, or you can't use them. You have to like drop them, or you have to pick up another item or something like that. Hillbilly flick, no.
No.
Hillbilly flick, no. That's the end of it.
Okay. Why did you guys decide to go with removing the stun after the hag's teleport as a buff? As a hag main, I feel this is not a healthy game change for her.
What? I didn't get.
Why did you decide to go with removing the stun after the hag teleports as a buff? As a hag main, I feel this is not a healthy game change for her.
Okay, so you mean we are removing the stun, and this is not good for hag? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure.
No. Maka Angsvir? Please try to get it. We'll try to answer it, but it's unclear what you're asking for right now.
Okay. I have.
Yeah, I think that we've gone around everything we needed to talk about today, actually.
Some stuff here. What about the bug when you can't look around at the start of the round? It is
it's in the list
of the bug fix here.
Yeah. Fixed an issue that made the player camera partially stuck when loading in. Yeah. Fixed an issue that made it impossible for the player to move the camera while cloaking or uncloaking with the raid. Fixed an issue causing killers to sometimes float instead of fall after vaulting a window higher than ground level.
Please explain self-care changes in detail. There is no self-care changes in the upcoming patch, if I'm not mistaken. Devour Hope 3 changes. As we said earlier, this perk was reworked, and they're actually working on it right now.
Yeah, the details that I have about the Devour Hope, I'll look if I have any significant stuff in there, but no, I don't see the details. Change the X Devour Hope perk at level 3. Remove the repair generator penalty given at 1 token, replaced it with a speed boost at 2 token. The reason we changed the bonus from the token gain was due to the fact that the repair penalty was a dead giveaway that the killer had Devour Hope, obviously. So the repair generator penalty will not be given at 1 token, and it's replaced with a speed boost when you get 2 tokens. That's the change to Devour Hope, and it's also now a hex perk.
How long will the PTB last? So, starting on Tuesday, next Tuesday. And
as long as it needs to stay on. So if we realize after, well, it's probably be like at least a couple days. Let's say 2 days. If we realize after 2 days that it's perfect and everything is shiny and good, we might stop it and then actually push the patch to live. We probably, that's if we have enough people playing also, because we won't be able to say yes, everything has been fixed if we don't have anybody playing. That just makes sense. If it means that we find a few issues and then we fix them, we might update the PTB, and then we'll keep testing and we'll keep testing until we're satisfied with the patch, because we want to push it to live when it will make life better and not worse.
Do we still earn blood points in PTB?
No, you don't. No, you don't. We'd love to be able to put something in so that you can earn blood points or shards or something in PTB, which gives us an incentive. Yes, right now we're just saying, you know what, help us get a sneak peek. It's our game. It's your game. So yes, help us. It's going to be fun. And it's not like we're putting in a PTB that's just shit that's all broken and that you can't play. That's not the point. You should be able to play. If you can't, then go back to the regular game. We'll fix the PTB.
Yeah, that's kind of the same.
Why the entity get Bill from Left 4 Dead?
I don't.
For what?
I don't understand. This is why I didn't read this one.
Why?
Well,
it's a good question.
Wait,
why did Bill end up there? It's a lore question.
Oh, you mean the lore question? Okay.
Yeah. It's a very good question. I mean, Bill was stuck in a bad place, but he has a lot of hope, and the entity loves hope more than anything else, and it loves getting hope and then crushing it and then having more hope. And Bill is the guy who will always try. He will never abandon. So
he's a fighter.
He's a good choice. All right, so I think that's it for today. We are at the 1 hour mark. We should stop while we're...
Did the entity took Dave?
No, Dave is actually right now sitting at his desk working, and he's very happy. I mean, he loved coming on the Twitch, and he will come again once in a while, but it took time from him making the game better, so he's not going to do that so much anymore, and we're plenty.
Not Queen. Are streamer allowed to broadcast PTB gameplay? Yes, they are. PTB, you can broadcast it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Who designed the new killer? Was it a team effort? How long has it been in the making? Who designed the new killer? That's too much information. I can't say any of this. I can't talk about any of this.
It's a team effort.
Oh, even that's too much. You can't say that.
Well,
no, you gotta be careful.
Okay. I'll have to write.
Repeat news and announcements. So that's introducing. So for people who've just joined us, here is not Queen, also known as Gabrielle to some people, but not many. And she will now be our community manager. the voice of the devs to people, and also the voice of people to the devs, and some sort of a
Bridge.
conduit.
I like the bridge
Okay.
idea.
So that's her, and I'm me.
Hello.
There's a bit of a, it's no big deal. And Bjorn was here again at the station there, making everything perfect. Our mods, thank you very much for helping us once again. Did I forget everything? Oh, don't forget to follow. I don't know why it's still there. People know how to click follow on things. Oh. Yes, Paul, we played the video. All right. Words of wisdom. Yes, I actually thought about this today. I'm listening to an interesting book right now, because it's so cold outside still that during the winter it's audiobooks, and during the summer I read physical books. But I wanted to say, and it's also because everybody's going through tough times at some point, and I'm thinking about a friend of mine. Anyway, I wanted to say it's okay to not be okay. And it's absolutely fine to feel like crap sometimes. And learning how to deal with bad times is a critical thing that everybody needs to get through. Like, pain is relative, but everybody has some hard times. And there's a certain sense nowadays, I think more and more, that everybody needs to be happy all the time and be in pleasure and satisfied, and it's fine to live with the fact that sometimes you're not okay, and it makes it okay for people to tell you when they're not fine. When your friends are telling you they're not okay, pay attention and give them some attention. And dealing, that was a beautiful little revelation I had listening to this, but dealing with a bad situation and going through it is actually a positive experience. Okay. So ignoring bad situations and acting as if they don't is dodging an opportunity for a positive experience in the end. So those are my words of wisdom for today. Hopefully that helped you.
So we're done with questions, right?
Oh, please give a shout out to the Cooper fans out there.
Yeah, I have a big orange cat too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Orange Cat Club.
All right.
Let's go.
Cool. Well, that's it. That wraps it up for now. Thank you, Bjorn. That's the last thing I do. And then I say join us again next week when we have news from the PTB, obviously, that will have been going on for 2 days, and we'll be able to give you much more accurate information on what's coming on 1.5. You will be able to grill me much more efficiently.
Yes, and I can't wait for that.
And then we'll have more fun.
Yay.
So there. Goodbye. Thank you very much.